The reincarnation doctrine is nonsense, because only humans care about karma, as well as the fact they have zero proof for that. Follows the will of Brahman, then you helping Dalits is also his will. Yes, just as it's his will for some Hindus to rape or beat them. Your God is insane, in endless wars, perpetually against himself. You're deluded. Your idea of wisdom is to fight yourself. So why don't you argue against your own arguments? Why don't you follow your God's example? It's because you're smarter than your dumb false God. Ha! Arjun laughed. Sikhism was a failed attempt to reconcile Islam with Hinduism. Instead of solving problems, it created more. Arjun laughed. Let's have unity by dividing people more. So he says, if a baby is born in a bad situation, it does not mean it necessarily deserved it. Again, you show you aren't a devout Hindu, but a cherry picker and compromiser. A true Hindu would agree with the Hindu teaching, and karma determines how you are born. You are just a hypocrite trying to keep Hinduism and justice at the same time impossible. Hindus have the dirtiest country in the world. They don't respect their own people, but look at them online foaming at the mouth because others recognize how dirty their nation is. More Hindu hypocrisy. When someone insults India, and Hindus get angry even though they believe enemies of India are manifestations of their ultimate reality, God Brahma. So Hindus hate their own God. How ridiculous. More Hindu hypocrisy. If you hate your God, then why worship him? You make zero sense. Hinduism is nonsense. He said, Krishna says the biggest sin is causing harm. Surely the Hindu position isn't that all harm or evil, or else killing a tiger to save your family were evil. Heresy is not saying all creatures have God in them. Why stop at creatures? Shit is God according to Hinduism. One of my videos includes a Hindu who admitted that. But you cherry pick what is and isn't to be treated as sacred. Hinduism is a joke. No Hindu takes it seriously except those who commit suicide to save microbes lest they be burned alive by their stomach. You shouldn't talk about harmony when your religion is the least harmonious of all, saying that God is everything that is in conflict, including Muslims killing Hindus and vice versa, including cockroaches fighting scorpions and so forth. It's insanity to an exceedingly absurd degree. It's craziness upon lunacy. What could be more absurd except the atheist dogma that reason originates in mindlessness and nonsense begat genius? I didn't say that seed of men means Europeans. He doesn't even pay attention, this guy. I explain and show the entire prophecy in this video. People getting worse is something anyone can predict. Garbage. Pseudo-prophecy. Liar, I don't demonize your religion, it demonizes itself. Your unholy scriptures imply that God makes all evil people commit evil. Remember, not even a blade of grass can move without his command. You are proud and dishonest, so you don't admit I corrected you when you claim chance is involved. You contradict your own Hindu scriptures. You're not fit to be Hinduism's spokesperson, and a cow can make better arguments than you all combined. Why do I mock Hinduism? Because it's evil and deserves no respect. It leads you to hell, and I'm trying to help you, except I can see you don't want the truth. You will pay for that. Oh, just tonight I got a comment notification of a Hindu saying, illegitimate child of Dalit spotted. Hindus mock others all the time, but you don't care. Let me show you. You see? Illegitimate child of Dalit spotted. He says I'm a bastard Dalit. You see how Hindus... This is a Hindu with the mask off. That's the reality of the Hindu. That's how Hindus really are. See? Dalits get raped. You defend the religion that justifies the oppression. You're evil. You're going to burn forever. And supposedly, all things are manifestations of your God Brahma or Brahman, whatever that shit is called. So your God rapes himself. You don't get crazier than Hindus, except atheists are more rational. You're better than the majority of Hindus who comment here, since you try to give arguments instead of merely dismiss mine. Yet you turn a blind eye to arguments proving you wrong, such as the one about chance not being involved in determining birth. I like that you ran away from your erroneous position where you claimed that Nepal was independent. Since you realized that position was untenable, you flee to other places in your desperate, truth-phobic attempt to deny that the Bible is divine. Russia dominated North Korea, its vassal state. Let's go over there now. Soviet troops invaded the Japanese colony of Korea in 1945. By agreement with the United Snakes, the 38th parallel was a dividing line with Moscow in charge to the north and Washington to the south. So there you go. South Korea was the US's bitch, and North Korea was Russia's bitch, but they kept giving them more freedom because of the New World Order agenda. Regardless, they were at one point dominated, controlled by Europeans. By the way, North Korea, best Korea, I'm kidding. In some ways it is better than the other though. So you failed again. And the US, which is historically led by Europeans, the British and the Germans, there are more Germans than Englishmen in the US, by the way, conquered Japan. So you failed even more. Every argument you make is a failure. Stop wasting my time, please. Actually, just leave. You don't want the truth. You had your chances. Over a day of them. You don't care about justice nor truth, despite lip service to justice. God will resurrect all generations, and on Judgment Day, every Indian knee will bow to Jesus. I will see you there. Now he said microbes don't feel pain. Then why does this one run from the white blood cell, ignorant guy? You need to think outside the box. You don't need nerves to have feelings. Don't project your limitations onto others, or your type of body onto others. Now look here, there are two bacteria, and instead of going to the one that was easier to get, it chases this one. So it has a mind. It has a spirit. They are obviously animals. And the white blood cell is pretty much an animal. and the white blood cell also symbolizes Jesus. I find it fascinating how the bacteria knows it's being chased and reacts accordingly by running away. I'll plan a video covering more on this later. Maybe they feel pain in a different way. Science isn't finished discovering everything in nature. He says, if your existence endangers them, it's not your fault. But you have the choice to save them by killing yourself. You could sacrifice one to save many. You refuse to do it because you value yourself above millions. They could have been your reincarnated ancestors. When a tiger kills a deer, Brahman kills himself. He's crazy. Why do you worship crazy? The true God is wise, not a fool like the self-hating Brahma. Or Brahman. I always forget which one, with an N or without, whatever. Although you ran away from my benign Spanish Inquisition. At what point exactly would the suffering have to end? When it suits you, or after 1 minute, or what? You hide there in a smoke screen. And that's that.